Dr. Mary Starr, and we want to welcome you to Star Health. Today we have a special guest, Mary Simmons from Better Living Essentials. And not only is Mary the author of Back to Basics Cooking with Young Living, we're really excited to have you here today, but many of you may notice her from some local news shows. You've been on national radio shows. You're an amazing wife, an amazing mother, and an amazing cook. So we are really excited to have you here today.
Thank you very much, Mary. And again, thank you for introducing me to Young Living back in 2003. You're an amazing doctor and wellness coach, and again, it's my pleasure for being here this evening. Prior to getting started in Young Living, I was on all sorts of allergy medications, steroids, nasal sprays. The list absolutely goes on and on and on. I could go all evening. But since Young Living, I have a new enhanced life. I have brought the oils to my home, and it has helped enhance my life and have a healthier, happy life.
That's awesome. And I know that you've been able to get off most of your medications that you were
Yes.
on.
Yes, I have. I've been medication-free for 5.5 years now.
That's awesome. And your daughter, your little 2-year-old, is using something?
She is a bundle. She actually, since she was about 1.5 years old, she'll actually go into the nursery and say, oils, oils, and put them on. I just have to be cautious because she doesn't understand the difference between what oils she can use and what oils she can't use yet.
Okay,
So,
awesome. Mary, a
Thank
lot
you.
of people out there, our viewers, you know, they cook with dried herbs, maybe they use fresh herbs once in a while, but they're probably unfamiliar with essential oils. Can you explain the difference between the three?
Sure, Mary. As she said, there are 3 different ways that you can cook with oils. Probably back, I'd say, great-great-grandparents, maybe even farther back. A lot of them would plant all their herbs. There weren't herbs available, you could just go to the store and buy. So this is what they would plant, and as she said earlier, like about the aloe vera plant, if you rub the basil between your fingers and smell your fingers, you can smell the fresh basil. Now you're not going to get that same effect from a dried herb. Now when you cook with the herbs, it does, like say you put a dry herb in a dish, it does, like as you cook it, it enhances it more. But when you put fresh herbs in, you get the fresh smell right away. Another example is, say you want to enhance spaghetti sauce, would be an example. I still use the dried herbs, and I will use fresh if I have them available. But another thing that I will use is the essential oil. When I first got into Young Living, I was like, cooking with oils, that's a little bit strange, but I'm willing to try it. So I would take basil and I'd put a couple drops of my spaghetti sauce, and I was like, this by itself isn't enough. So I started to add some different ingredients, and I add things like tangerine, black pepper, orange. And people are like, orange oil? But you know what? It's a seller every time.
I've had it. It's awesome.
So, and the thing is, that's nice about using the oils versus fresh herbs. Yes, when you cook with herbs, you get a smell, and it's like, oh, the spaghetti sauce smells good, but when you cook with the oils, there's an aromatic effect you just don't get from the dried herbs or the fresh basil.
And now how about necessarily, it calls for a teaspoon of dried herbs, how much essential oil would I use?
Thank you for asking, Mary. That is a good point. You definitely would not use a teaspoon of basil. As she said before, they are pure grade therapeutic essential oils, so it's very potent. You would use between 1 to 3 drops. Again, it's the person's taste, how spicy you like your spaghetti sauce. If you were to use too much, it's just going to be a little bit more bitey, but like I said, it really enhances your food, and again, you get the aromatic effect as well as taking oils internally. So take your regular recipe and then you substitute the oils in place of it. But again, you can use the dried herbs with that.
And I've heard that people even take a little, people who don't like too much spices, they might take a toothpick and dip the toothpick and then put it in.
You could take the toothpick and you could dip it in and then put it in. I tend to be very liberal with the oils, so I prefer to drop them in only because I found at times that I'll use more oil if I just drop it in. Just be careful, you don't want to take the bottle and turn it upside down. Just take it sideways and slowly drip it in. Another option also people have done is they'll take like a small dish, say a small scoop of your spaghetti, and put it in a small bowl and then dump it into the big one. So if you were to drop too much oil in, your dish would not be too spicy.
That's a great idea. That is a great idea.
The recipe for the spaghetti sauce is found in the Back to the Basics cookbook. Again, I took the dry proportions out and put all the oil regimens in, but sometimes I still will add the fresh herbs or the dry ones if I have them available.
Great.
So yeah, I believe that will be the 3 differences, and enjoy cooking. Another example of cooking with Young Living products is a butternut squash soup recipe that a Young Living distributor has graciously given to different people to use. You can mix it up and cook it on your stove. The way we've done it is cook it up and then put it in a slow crock pot. Dr. Mary is adding the essential oils to the recipe. The oils that we do put in butternut squash are cinnamon, ginger, and nutmeg. As we said before, as with the spaghetti sauce, you're not going to use teaspoons or tablespoons of the oils. You're going to put 1 to 2 drops for your tasting. I'll tend to put them in just as I cook it, and then right before I serve it, we'll add additional oils to it. And you'll see as we talk later on, we'll also use nutmeg in some Christmas recipes, and ginger and cinnamon are also very good to add in your recipes, whether it's the holidays or even throughout the year. We're focusing on the holidays, but a lot of these products you'll use throughout your cooking season.
So one thing that happens over the holidays and cooking and all these great holiday desserts that we have is that we're cooking all the time.
Yes.
And you know, the sweets and having that, and I know you're going to show us a little bit about some substitutes that we can do.
Yes.
But we're going to show some simple Young Living tips that'll keep people healthier, that help with the sugar cravings, and help with that blood sugar that so many people, spikes that so many people have over the holidays. The first thing that we're going to talk about is our favorite really is the Ninja Red. The Ninja Red, as everyone loves it. I know, Mary,
yes,
it's a favorite of yours too. Ninja Red is an amazing nutritional juice that literally 1 ounce of Ninja Red's like eating 8 oranges in terms of its antioxidants, 2 cups of blueberries, and the list goes on and on. Ninja Red has helped me with my eyesight. I no longer wear glasses. I was nearsighted and farsighted about 9 months after drinking Ninja Red. I really notice an energy. If I don't have my Ninja Red, my energy goes down. Do you ever notice that?
I do get that sometimes, yes, especially around the holidays.
Yeah, but you know, one thing that's been very beneficial for me, Mary, is that I find that when I'm doing my Ninja Red, like right around that 3 o'clock when you want the sweets, or after dinner, you want that something sweet, I do Ninja Red instead, and what happens is I don't want the sweets anymore. But when I'm not doing it, I crave the sweets.
Yes.
So one simple thing that we can do, and of course we're highlighting some of the scents of the season essential oils here. One simple thing that you can do is you have your Ninja Red that we've poured here in Shah Red, and you can add just a drop of orange oil to it. And orange, not only is it very uplifting, just the smell has been found to be a natural antidepressant. The constituents in orange are just going to help with our blood sugar, cleansing, all of that as well. So bon appetit, Mary. Cheers.
Thank you.
Isn't that awesome?
It's great.
Yeah. So a couple other things, of course, having your Ninja Red when you're cooking, keep you away from the sweets. But another thing that we can have that's in our Sense of the Season kit here is cassia oil. Cassia oil. And you know what you got me to love, Mary? Is cassia oil on a toothpick, a wooden toothpick, and you just put a little bit of that cassia oil on the toothpick and put it in your mouth. And it's like a little cinnamon mint that you have. So you can have that while you're cooking. I know a lot of people put cassia or cinnamon bark, which is very similar. We'll grab cinnamon bark here. Very similar constituents. The cassia and cinnamon, they smell very the same. And taking this cinnamon bark, it's almost like a little, I call it a little red hot. Wouldn't you say? This is how we
Yes.
use our oils. And when you lick that, it's like a red hot. It's really amazing. Now, what is cinnamon going to do for your holiday to help you stay away from the treats? Well, cinnamon has been found to be amazing for our blood sugar levels. Science has found that cinnamon bark is very supportive to the pancreas. So cinnamon bark, cassia, both similar. You'll see the white label here as well. Again, you can be drinking